Howdy.
George, you're on social media a lot. You've seen the talk about Jimmy. What is your opinion on what he brings to the team and what his future could be heading forward?
Well, gosh, I feel like I've been asked a lot of Jimmy questions since the end of last year. It's been crazy. Honestly, I've never had to talk about someone so much in my life. But you talk about his leadership, you talk about the wins that he has, where he led us, where we've been without him, the wins that he produces. Just Jimmy's everything that you want in a franchise quarterback, in my opinion. I don't know why. I think sometimes he gets flack because everyone's like, well, his leadership is the first thing everyone brings up. Well, leadership's kind of a big deal when it comes to football. And if you don't have guys that lead the right way and lead by example and also lead, with their voice, especially at the quarterback position, I don't think you have the best shot of winning. And Jimmy's attributes that he brings on top of, the leadership and, the types of passes that he throws and getting us into the right plays. Everything that he does, he just kind of elevates the level of play around everybody around him because he expects greatness from his teammates. And I know he expects greatness of himself. And so when you're around a guy like that expects that out of you and requires it of you on a daily basis, it makes you a better football player. And I know that we missed him in the games that he didn't play this year. And guys step up, guys played, well in his absence, but there's a reason we went to the Super Bowl with him when he played in all 16 games, including the playoff games. And I think it's definitely a reason that he'll bring us back, to where we want to be. And Jimmy's a good friend of mine, but I think he's also a hell of a football player.
Hey, George, can you maybe share with us what it was like inside, I guess, your team meeting, whatever it was like today, and kind of a message, whether you spoke up and what was kind of the main message to everybody?
The main message was that our standards to be competing for a Super Bowl year in and year out. And this was not our standard this year. And, you can't really make excuses for it. And just that our expectations are to be in the playoffs next year and our expectations are to be competing for a championship. And all this offseason does is gives us, a couple months to sit back and watch other teams compete, in a position that we wanted to be in. And, I hope it grinds guys the wrong way that, we're not in that position because it sucks because you got close last year and then you're not even close this year. And it's not fun. You want football to be fun and obviously you have to win games. And so we want to win games and that's our standard. And so that's what our goal is this offseason. We have to stay healthy. So whatever that is, we have to figure out a way to keep our best players on the field. And then we just got to go out there and execute because I think we couldn't keep our best guys healthy and we also couldn't execute in key moments. And definitely wasn't our favorite season as an offense. I think we had the second best rushing team in the NFL last year. And, I don't think we were anywhere close to that. And, it's a big part of what our offense does. I can't speak enough about our defense, the situations they were put in. And, I think our offense, we had so many turnovers that put our defense in a bad spot. And our defense still was top 5 in multiple categories with so many guys down. And you can't say enough about our defense. And it's kind of on me. And, we have 4 offensive captains and our offense couldn't get it going most of the time. So we have to definitely look and see what that issue was and how can we get better from it and how can we improve. And I think I know that Coach Shanahan I know that he's upset. I know that he wants to win. He wants nothing more than to win. So I know he's going to do everything he can to put us in a position to win. And so I'm just looking forward to playing football again because, I'm disappointed with how the season went. And I would do anything to be playing playoff football right now, but just not the way it went. And all I can do is try my ass off and try to get back to where we were last year.
George, you mentioned health and having your best players stay on the field all season. You guys played into February last year, and then you were eager to get after it again, coming disappointing Super Bowl loss. Is there any sense that played into the health, that there wasn't the period of recovery that may have been necessary? Or if not, what are your thoughts on why this team has been so damaged by injuries in recent years?
I mean, I can't use the extra month as an excuse because the Chiefs are 14-2 going into a first round bye. So I mean, that's not an excuse at all. They figured it out and they figured out how to stay healthy. So and they're playing really good football. So I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of the injuries that we had this year, from ACLs to high ankle sprains to broken bones, I don't really know what you can do to train to prevent those types of things, to an extent. Like, it's football, things happen. We just kind of we got hit with a snowball, and then it went into an avalanche, and then we lost a lot of key guys right away. And, and we'd have two guys come back, and we'd lose three. We'd have one guy come back, we'd lose three. And that just kind of was the story of, definitely our early weeks of the season. So, I don't have an answer on how to stay healthy for the entire team. But I know that, obviously our training in the off season, your mindset in the off season goes into a huge part of that. And I know that the guys, the whole team, our expectations to be in the playoffs. And I know everyone has a bad taste in their mouth. And I think everyone will be very much motivated to hit the ground running whenever they start training. And I'm excited to see what our team looks like, come April, and hopefully we can have some OTAs and get some practice with the guys.
Hey, excuse me, George. Kyle Juszczyk was just talking. He got a little, it wasn't like bawling, but got a little just talking about free agency and the possibility that he may not, that he really doesn't know what's going to happen. Do you have a sense? I mean, last year there was all the talk keeping the core together, and with some notable exceptions that did happen. But do you have a sense that just the financial situation is different, and maybe it's not going to be as easy to bring everyone back that obviously the team would like to bring back a guy like you, obviously being part of that?
I mean, money-wise, I don't really know. I just work here. And I know it's going to be a stressful situation for, John and Kyle. They have a lot of decisions to make, but, I have my trust in them because where they got us and how they've built this team and the foundation that they've laid and the way they've done it, which is the right way. So, I'm excited to see what they do in their decisions. But when it comes to Juice, and a guy that, since his first day here, he's made an impact on this team. He is, one of the main reasons our run game is the way that it is. And then he also makes plays in the pass game that you don't see fullbacks making. Complains about reps. He never complains, about getting the ball or anything like that. And he just shows up and he works every single day. And, he's great to have. So, I mean, if I had to make a pitch to Juice, I definitely want Juice to stay because he's such a staple of our offense. And like I said, we couldn't do a lot of the things that we do without him. The way that he fixes plays that, we might get a missed call and we might block the wrong guy and Juice will pick up that guy and it'll be an explosive play. And he's, in my opinion, he's a one of one. I don't know if there's anyone that does the things that he does on a football field. I also think he's incredibly underappreciated, but the people that watch football, the people that understand football, they get how, important Juice is. And so, yeah, I mean, I want to have Juice back because I think he's just such an important part of our offense. And he's not really just a cog in the machine that you can just kind of fill his spot because of all the extra stuff that he does. So, whatever decision he does make, I mean, he deserves to make whatever decision he wants to make because I think he is the best in the league and he deserves to be paid like that. And I'm just happy that he's, the level that he plays at every single day, raises the standard of everybody else around him. So, yeah, I mean, I'd love to have Juice back, but I'm not the GM. I'm not the guy that has to pay people, and I don't have to make those things work. But I just I'm happy for him because I know he's going to be a fantastic football player no matter where he's at.
Couple more for George, please.
Hey, George, you said yesterday you weren't going to touch a weight until February. And so that's the physical part of it. But what do you do to recover mentally and emotionally from a season like this?
Really, you just take some time to yourself. You really just got to, go back, watch the tape, see the things that you can improve on, see the things that you did well and how you can do those things better. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, if we went 6-10 my rookie year, and That offseason, all I did was try to get bigger, faster, stronger because I had no clue what was going on in the NFL. And after my second year, it was a little bit different because I felt like we were in the right direction. And then last year was obviously different. So, I mean, it'll be new to me this year to see how I can, what I can look at to improve, especially mentally. And I think that is such an integral part of the game is just, being mentally healthy and being mentally strong. And so whether that's, meditation, visualization, whatever it is, just to try to get your mind clean and ready for a fresh start. But at the end of the day, you're still going to remember, this season and, the ups and the downs of it and the roller coaster that it was, and just try to improve upon everything that you possibly can.
Last one.
Chris, it better not be you.
No,
Don't
it's
do
me.
it. Oh, thank goodness.
Next year might be the first season that you and CJ could not be on the same team together. Can you share with us just how special that relationship is and just the possibility that you might not be on the same team together?
Wow. Thank you for that one. I wasn't ready for that one. I mean, I can't say enough about CJ. 5 years at Iowa together, coming in scrawny 18-year-olds, not a clue what to do, and completely torching our defense every single day and scout team, just having an absolute blast. To him leading us to a 12-2 season in the Rose Bowl, basically by himself on it. He carried the whole team on his back, and then going to the NFL, being able to be on the same team as him, and got to play together our rookie year a lot and his second year a lot. And I've always loved CJ, and our relationship has actually, I think, gotten way stronger since we've been in the NFL, just because of he's a guy he's always believed in me at Iowa. And when I wasn't playing and I struggled to get on the field, and even in the NFL, my rookie year, he always said, hey, like, just keep after it because you're a hell of a football player. And we have a guy that you can rely on every single day in and day out, like CJ, and I have someone to talk to about anything that I need to talk to, and someone that I trust with everything. It's incredible, and definitely don't think I've taken that for granted. And CJ will be, one of my closest friends for the rest of my life. And I think when you play 9 years together, you definitely learn a lot about each other, and you change and you grow. But the consistency that CJ has kept with his competitive nature, and just like his love for his brothers, it's awesome to be around something like that. And I don't know what's going to happen with CJ. If he's, if this is, next year's the first year we don't get to play together, definitely it'd be different for me, because there is that familiar face and that, familiar, those conversations that you're allowed to have. And I think CJ is a hell of a quarterback, and I know he's going to get an opportunity to play. But I love the guy, and I will definitely miss him, but it's football and it's the league. And I'm learning that year in and year out how different the team is every single year. And I know that whatever opportunity he gets, he'll do very well at that opportunity, just because of the type of guy he is and the character that he has. And just being able to play with him for 9 years has been an absolute blessing. And he's definitely affected me in more positive ways than not.